Hello guys, welcome back to Weekly Options. Welcome back to the channel. Well, today was a red day for me on my trading. I had a loss of about $6,233 today, and I just took two little paper cuts. Really not too big of a deal in the whole scope of things, but it does bring to the end my win streak with the loss today. So I lost on the weekly SPX options. I lost $6,270, and I had a very small win on a SPY option. So that was the day to day. Why don't you come along with me and I'll take you through exactly what I did today and what gave rise to the losses today. And I also entered some new positions, and I think you'll like those new positions as well. Let's get right to it. Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Weekly Options. It is Tuesday, September 16, and we are about to start the trading day. The markets will be open in 10 minutes. I'm just looking at the SPX chart this morning, and looks like we are at all-time highs from yesterday. We've got the Fed meeting this week and another JPOW presentation coming up tomorrow. So today I'm going to be just looking to manage my risk, really control my risk, getting into new positions and maybe holding off on getting into new positions. We'll see. But this is the SPX chart from yesterday. We closed near the high of yesterday, but beneath the high of the previous day. One thing that I was thinking about was Reddit. I've been looking at this, and man, something about this Reddit chart definitely has me a little bit interested. So this is the 4-hour time frame here. And as you can see here, this is dating back. So we've got all of 2025 in here. We had a nice run up. We had a April lows here. And we had some interesting things here. So we had a little gap up right here in June, and we traded. Then we gapped up, and then we gapped up again huge in August. And we've had a little bit of corrective activity. And now we've come and we've taken out, as you can see here, if I just draw a line kind of like this. All right, we took out this high when we came up. We came back and had a little bit of a corrective activity, and now we're higher than this high right here. So looks like Reddit is pretty strong right now. And when I turn on my little linear regression channels, we are sloping up and to the right. This is a 100-period look back on the 4-hour chart, which shows good positive momentum. And then I'm going to drop down to the 15-minute chart here. And I'm just going to take a look at the 15-minute chart. And it does appear as though we still are sloping upward on the 15-minute chart, which shows some momentum. So I'm going to be looking at Reddit to see if maybe we can get a position in Reddit, perhaps, and then get above this high that was put in on Thursday and continue north from there. So I don't know, I'm liking this Reddit setup, and it's going to be something that I'm going to be looking at as we start the trading day today. So we'll be back in a little bit, and we're going to see how the market opens. Okay, here we are. The market just opened, and it looks like the SPX is up by 9 points, or 0.13%. So we'll see how this does today. What I want to do here is just go ahead and I just want to make sure I kind of map out the high of yesterday and really the low of yesterday, just so I kind of know when price comes into this region, if it does retrace, I just kind of want to know about that, have it clearly marked out where I can see it, so I can then take special interest in the price at that time. But while we're doing that, let's go and look at Reddit again, because I just can't get that one out of my mind. Looks like we are inside of yesterday's candle, but I do like this little bit of normal corrective activity and then a new high. And I like that action right here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take a long in Reddit right now. So let me do that. All right, so I just purchased some calls in Reddit and I got in right here. I went ahead and got some 70 Delta calls and I went out about 100 days or so. And so we're going to see how this plays out. I am now in Reddit. I feel much better. I think this is a pretty good play here with a low risk reward profile. So we're in Reddit and now we're going to go ahead and go back to SPX and take a look at that. All right, so SPX continues to come down here. Let me just drop down to the 15-minute time frame, get a sense of the price action. All right, so we are just kind of coming down on this first 15-minute candle. We'll see how this goes throughout the day. Duke Energy is another stock that I was looking at overnight, and it was kind of a similar thing where, let me go back out to the 4-hour chart here. But on the 4-hour chart, you can see we've had some fairly nice activity here. We came up above the moving averages, we consolidated and all the moving averages bumped up. Then we came up again, we took out this near-term high right here, and then we had a little bit of corrective activity back to respect the 200 period moving average, and now we're heading north again. This also looks like a favorable risk-reward trade for me to go ahead and go long here at Duke Energy and see if we can catch some of this upward appreciation here. So I think I'll go ahead and enter this trade as well. I've got quite a bit of dry powder today. I was sitting in cash quite a bit, and I think I'm going to just put on a few plays today. So I'm going to go ahead and enter a position in Duke Energy. So I'll do that right now. Okay, so I just entered my position in Duke Energy, and I got in right here. So not a bad entry, I think. We'll just see how this goes today. I'm in Duke Energy right there with calls. So now that we've done that, I think that feels good for new positions today. Let's see what's happening here over with SPX. So this is the 5-minute time frame, and we can see that we're continuing to come down. Price is migrating to the high of yesterday. And so right now, it's just be patient. Let's get a better understanding of what the market's doing. But we can look at some other positions that I'm in. I'm currently as well in CoreWeave. CoreWeave is up today. It's up by 3.03%. Let's see here, in the Ethereum trade, still like nothing going on there. I'm in Generac. Generac looks like it's flat on the day. I'm in Robinhood. Robinhood is up 0.5%. As you can see, let's go back out to the 4-hour chart here. But with Robinhood, I got in right at this point right here. And again, it was a gap up, a little bit of correction, and we're going to see if we're going to continue to go north here. So that's Robinhood. Palantir, looks like Palantir's red on the day. Really not much going on today. Looks like people are probably sitting back just waiting for the Fed speak. EchoStar, I was long calls here, so I'm underwater on the position. I was long puts initially way back here in August, and that went against me. I closed that out. Let me take this off. But yeah, so then I decided to play it long. So I got into calls here, and we're still correcting down to fill this gap, and hopefully we can head north from there. So I probably rushed my entry on sats just a little bit. All right, well, we'll be back when there's more SPX activity, and we'll see how the trading day goes today. Well, I'm still watching SPX here, and we continue to go red on the day. We came back down through yesterday's range. We've been printing red 5-minute candle after 5-minute candle. And so, this probably would have been a nice one to just take short here with some puts, but I didn't do that. I wasn't kind of thinking in that mindset. So we're just going to watch the price action a bit. No trades yet today. Okay, let's see how the 9 o'clock candle opens up. And we're getting some downward pressure yet again at the start of the 9 o'clock candle. Yeah, it just looks like price just wants to go lower today. So I'm going to watch this a while longer and just see if there's some clarity on where we're going to get a fair place to conduct business. So right now we're just still seeing some downward movement here, this 9 o'clock candle. We may completely migrate down to this 6600 level, 6602 level. I don't know. We'll see. Hi guys, welcome back. So we came down and we wicked down to this 6603 level, and then the next candle is printing quite a bit higher. So this area here, we can see here yesterday, we had a lot of price action around this area, and we came down and hit it, and we're bouncing higher. So perhaps somewhere in here is a good spot for me to put on a position. So I'm going to go ahead and look for a position in SPX right now. Okay, so I just entered my position in SPX. I got in right at about this 21 period moving average here, and we'll see what happens today with this position. It'll probably just be a day trade for me, but I am long SPX, and I went at about the 70 delta calls, and we'll see how that works throughout the day. Just a quick look back in on this position. We are now above where I entered, and this candle is continuing to print, this 15-minute candle. I went ahead and entered a 21% take profit good till cancel order. I've got some stuff I've got to do today, so I'm going to be out moving around, and if this trade really takes off in a positive way, I just want to lock in some profits at 21%. And so we'll see how this plays out throughout the day. Of course, if we don't hit that, I'll keep an eye on the price action and look to either take a profit at the right opportunity or go ahead and cover this trade if it's not working out. Meanwhile, let's look quickly at Reddit. Reddit is just kind of hovering where we left it, not much going on here. And then we established a position today in Duke Energy and about the same in Duke Energy. Kind of a tepid market right now. I like these plays in Duke and in Reddit long term, but it may not immediately pay out today. So we'll see how it goes throughout the day. Hi guys, this is a chart of JNUG, and I've been looking to try to get back in this name. This is an ETF that has treated me very well, and man, I got out of it and this thing just kept going north, and we have this pullback today. We're down about almost 5% on the day, and this is the I believe we're looking at the 30-minute chart here, and we've pulled back to the 100 period moving average. This may be a good entry. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. This is the 4-hour chart here. I mean, this thing since August has just been on a tear, and it's not much of a pullback, but it's at 5% pullback right now. This may be a good spot to start establishing a position, because I am very bullish on gold, very bullish on the miners. Let's look at the 15-minute chart here. 15-minute chart shows today's activity. We've pulled all the way back, formed a little bit of a base here, came up, formed a little bit of a higher low, and then this 15-minute candle is looking pretty nice, and we're respecting the 200 period moving average here. So this is a position that I think I'm going to go ahead and at least start to establish today. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, I just established a position in JNUG, and I got in right here at this 15-minute candle. I'm long calls. I went ahead and got somewhere around the 70 delta, and I'm looking out at approximately 90 to 120 days right now. So we'll see here. This is a nice position. I like this pullback, and I think this represents a good risk reward trade for me. So JNUG is now an active trade. Let's take a look here at SPX. We're about 1 hour before close here, and I had to sit through a little bit of heat today. I got in here at around 66.10, and as suspected, we came down below the low of day yesterday. And so I kind of rushed this entry a bit. I should not have rushed this, but I think I just saw an opportunity and I probably was just a little bit impatient because I actually felt like the price would come down here. It looked like it wanted to go and sweep the lows from yesterday, and indeed it did do that. And so my entry wasn't that great, but we are now returning back into, we're almost trying to go positive on the day with SPY, but we're certainly above where I bought my calls. So we're now positive on that trade a little bit, and we've got 1 hour of trading to go. So let's see what happens with this price action over the next hour. Okay, folks, we're back for the final 8 minutes of trading here, and it's just really been watching paint dry all day. Not a lot of action today in advance of the Fed minutes that are coming out tomorrow. This is SPX here, and we are just right at about even on the trade. So I'm probably just going to close this for another scratch today. Really didn't make a lot of movement on the portfolio. We'll just see how some of these other things perform today. JNUG is about right where I left it. It looks like Robinhood has had a fairly decent day today. Looks like its trend is still intact. Generac just really kind of got destroyed earlier today and it's starting to come back. I'm still in that trade. The Ethereum trade, ETHA, not a lot new to report there. So really not a lot of movement today. And that's a bit unfortunate, but as traders, we just have to remain patient. And that's what I'll try to do a better job of. And I think if I was a little bit more patient today, I would have had a better entry on this, maybe come in somewhere around here and had a little gain today. But it looks like I'll close out today for probably nil gain or maybe a small loss. We'll see how it works out. So folks, I ended up getting out of that trade for about a 2% loss on the trade. So just a little haircut today, a little paper cut, not a big deal. Not a lot of action today. Would have, in retrospect, been a good day to just kind of stay away, go and do something else. But I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to probably just work on protecting my capital, and we'll just kind of let the mayhem of the Fed day come and go, and then look to maybe put on some more trades on Thursday. But that's just my plan. I don't know what you guys are going to do. You can let me know down in the comments, how do you trade the Fed minute releases? I've gotten burned so many times that I just am pretty gun shy. So I'm probably just going to sit on the sidelines and just let things play out tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel in the morning when I wake up. Well, guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great day trading. Until next time, take good care and happy trading.